Hello, my name is Avery Dodge, and I have the pleasure of presenting to you today You Are What They Eat, How the Gut Microbiome Impacts Mental Health. So I'd like to start off by asking how many of you have used or heard the saying, you are what you eat? It seems like a humorous statement, but what if I actually told you there's some truth behind it? No, I don't mean you're going to turn into a goldfish after eating the whole bag, so don't worry about that. The truth actually lies within an organ that the general population may be unaware of. And that organ is the gut microbiome. So what is the gut microbiome and why is it so important? Well, the gut microbiome can be described as a complex assembly of various organisms present within the human gastrointestinal tract. Our diet is actually a foundational factor in shaping our inter-individual gut microbiota, influencing its diversity, composition, and functionality. So how does this exactly link to mental health? Recently, scientific studies have highlighted the gut microbiota's participation in a bidirectional communication system between the gastrointestinal tract and the brain, known as the gut-brain axis. The enteric nervous system and the brain engage in a crosstalk through releasing neurotransmitters and hormones to influence gastrointestinal function. This crosstalk is also a double-edged sword as our gut microbiome manifests both beneficial and harmful effects on human physiology. Microbiome dysbiosis, which is the alteration in the normal composition of the microbiome, is associated with many health conditions, including mental health disorders, with mood and anxiety disorders being the most common mental disorders globally, and with an increase of prevalence of 50% in the last 3 decades, it is of paramount importance to address the treatment and prevention of mental health disorders. The influence of mental disorders is aggravated by poor diet and processed food intake, which are ultimately behaviors that induce gut microbiota dysbiosis. With this newer found relationship between gut dysbiosis and mental disorder pathogenesis, microbiome restoration has been proposed as a non-invasive therapeutic modality for treatment. Diets rich in fiber, prebiotics, and probiotics promote the growth of beneficial gut bacteria, enhance short-chain fatty acid production, and reduce inflammation, all of which support resilience against stress and improve cognitive function. Specifically, the Mediterranean diet has been made an example and has been focused in research due to its incorporation of high fiber, polyphenols, and unsaturated fats from whole food sources like olive oil, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, and legumes. The nutrient-rich and plant-based composition of this diet promotes a favorable gut microbiota through enhancing microbial diversity and the abundance of beneficial bacteria such as Lactobacillus, Bacillobacterium prasinezii, and Bacteroides. While Lactobacillus and Bifidobacterium are recognized due to their production of short-chain fatty acids, which are compounds with less than 6 carbons that help to maintain gut barrier integrity, reduce inflammation, and support immune health, these bacteria are also able to produce gamma-aminobutyric acid, which is the main inhibitory neurotransmitter of the central nervous system as it regulates neuronal excitability. Through appropriate diet, the dysfunction of the gamma-aminobutyric acid system can be combated by maintaining the symbiosis of the gut bacteria. Another notable bacterial neuroactive compound is serotonin, which is a monoamine neurotransmitter implicated in the regulation of virtually all brain functions and modulates physiological processes such as mood, sleep, pain, aggression, and sexual behavior. While approximately 90% of serotonin is produced by enterochromaffin cells in the gastrointestinal tract, species of Escherichia and Enterococcus can also produce serotonin. The short-chain fatty acid-producing bacteria I previously mentioned can promote serotonin production through the activities of short-chain fatty acids on enterochromaffin cells, directly influencing the central nervous system function. Along with diet manipulation, the use of psychobiotics can produce or stimulate the production of some neuroactive compounds and positively impact mental health. Psychobiotics are defined as live microorganisms that, when administered in adequate amounts, confer mental health benefits to the host. As obviously this is a quite vague description, the field of psychobiotics is currently emerging as it faces challenges such as current quantification methods, although there is great potential for them to act as a non-invasive therapeutic for mental health disorders. While mental health disorder prevalence has climbed in recent years, so has our understanding of the gut microbiome and its relationship with the gut-brain axis. While the remedy of psychobiotics are still being explored, we can act now to better our mental health by simply making better food choices and implementing more whole foods into our diet. So the next time you hear someone say, you are what you eat, I encourage you to engage a conversation about how actually you are what they eat. Thank you for your time.